but it's really sad that, like, I don't know, whenever you see people, these are the same people who made tweets demanding that Creepshow Art's friends hurry up and speak about it because the silence speaks volumes, which is an actual quote from one of their tweets. Then we all start talking about it because we're all ready to talk about it after, getting through it and collecting our receipts and, finally gathering the strength to talk about somebody who hurt us. And then it's, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Oh my God, all my support to you people. And then 2 months later, some more stuff comes out about that person. And on one of the people's threads that they were allegedly, like, defending and so sorry for, they go out of their way to take something out of context, which, to be fair, it was vague. I should have elaborated more, and I didn't. So, out of context or not, they take it and they start a tweet thread about it. I clarify what I mean on there, and I'm like, yeah, no, like, that's a misunderstanding. That's not what I meant. It doesn't need to be this terrible, awful fight. But they just keep going, and it's really sad to watch these channels show who they really are, because at the end of the day, none of you who claim to care about our situation truly care about it, and it sucks realizing that. So thanks for just being another statistic in shitty T channels, I guess.
What is up, my gorgeous people? Welcome back to my channel. Today, we are talking about the continued Creepshow Art drama and how it's now turned into drama amongst several different channels. And before we get into it, I do just have to say, I know Creepshow Art is somewhere behind the scenes watching all of this go down with the biggest smile on her face because she absolutely loves to create drama. With that being said, there has been some new allegations coming forward against Creepshow Art, with one of the main ones being that allegedly Creepshow Art reached out to Gabby Hanna recently, of all people, and wanted her to make an exposed video against one of Creepshow Art's former friends, Ready to Glare. This information became public when another content creator by the name of Nicholas Diorio talked about the situation over on his podcast.
I can't say what YouTuber it is, but I really, you know what? There's not really a way I can get around it. I don't really care.
Just do it. Just go.
Maybe we'll cut it later, but like fucking Gabby Hanna told me that fucking Creepshow Art just hit her up a couple days ago from a random phone number or whatever and said, you need to make a video on Ready to Glare.
Whoa. Why? I love Ready to Glare. Why?
Because Ready to Glare like disowned her publicly. So apparently she's such a psycho bitch. She's still trying to get even behind the scenes.
Dude,
that's the rumor. I don't know.
That's too
I might
good.
get in trouble for saying that, but I can't not. That's crazy.
Yeah, Creepshow, man.
I'm going to leave True Slueth's video on this situation in the description down below if you guys want to go check it out. She does go into a little bit more depth on this situation, but according to Nicholas, Gabby Hanna did give him this information directly, and although Gabby Hanna is not the most reliable source out there, at the same time, it doesn't make a lot of sense to make something like this up. On top of all of that, Creepshow Art has been doing some other sketchy stuff behind the scenes, like reactivating her Instagram page and also making all of her community posts on her YouTube channel public once again. This has a lot of people on the edge of their seats and speculating on if Creepshow Art is actually coming back to the internet. And if so, what is she gonna say? As always, the biggest part of the drama and speculations are happening right over on Twitter. Another one of Creepshow Art's former friends, Ashley, went to Twitter saying, wait, so you're telling me that Creepshow Art ignored all of us trying to contact her and changed her number after she got canceled, then texted Gabby Hanna, of all people, off of her new number to try and slander Ready to Glare? That's absolutely rich. Plot twist, I've seen some of Gabby's series before it came out because Creepshow Art was leaking it to all of us and talking about how crazy it was. Since T-Channels took this one way too far, it's ironic that Creepshow Art went to Gabby after she leaked part of her series to people. And she tried to talk shit on Gabby, then ran right to her to cancel people. And that tweet must have struck a nerve because Dustin Daily fired back saying, plot twist, you knew the fuckery that Gabby was saying and doing before anyone. It'd be interesting to know what you've seen and if you knew Gabby was going to go so hard for Ready to Glare. Also, second plot twist, you're just as bad. And then of course another T channel by the name of Petty Page chimed in saying, third plot twist, I called it. Ashley responded back, fourth plot twist, you're still wrong. Where did I say that that's what we saw? Of course, we were never shown those ones. It was pertaining to Ross Gum. This isn't the gotcha you think it is, my dude. Then Dustin responded back saying, so you're mad that I'm speculating on something you didn't give full context to off gate, and now it's I saw the Ross Gum part? After that, Ashley retweeted one of Dustin Daly's tweets and said, speculating is not what you're doing. You just claim something. Dustin's tweet says, this is speculation. You said you saw something insane. What was insane about the Ross Gum video? I'll wait. Dustin responded to Ashley's retweet saying, me questioning if you knew something is not an accusation though. Why not just say the bit about Ross Gum instead of alluding or allowing speculation by not following what you said up with what you actually had witnessed? Bad wording. Ashley fired back, and please don't act like you haven't jumped to Twitter and worded things poorly in the past. Dustin, you literally said you're just as bad. That isn't questioning. That's literally claiming and insulting me. Dustin responded back saying, but aren't you if you were privy to anything Gabby was saying or doing? You didn't elaborate, and I stand by that. If you knew anything Gabby was going to say or do, you're just as bad. Also, too, we're just supposed to believe she told you about this one segment? Come on. And the back and forth only gets worse, with Ashley responding saying, no, Jesus Christ, you people will add a tinfoil hat to anything. Mountains out of molehills. And Dustin continued to call her out by responding with, it's a mountain out of a molehill when you leave things up for speculation. You put your foot in your mouth and then backpedaled. I'm not the only one who side-eyed what you said, but I digress. Over on her own Twitter, Ashley stated, T channels can see an entire thread about something and will isolate one thing that they can try to milk content out of. To clarify, Creepshow Art was sending people Gabby's unlisted videos about Ross Gum before it was released and talking shit about her to everyone. That's why it's so ironic. I actually cannot fathom why this is being turned into something it's not. If the gotcha is truly because I wasn't clear enough in elaboration, my bad, but to sit here and go, you're just as bad as Creepshow Art, off of a vague tweet with zero elaboration after you were literally just supporting us during our time of healing.
I feel like it's better if I vocalize this rather than type it, because I just don't want to sit here and type a huge thread, so I'm just going to try to make this as quick as I can. But it's really sad that, like, I don't know, whenever you see people, these are the same people who made tweets demanding that Creepshow Art's friends hurry up and speak about it because the silence speaks volumes, which is an actual quote from one of their tweets. Then we all start talking about it because we're all ready to talk about it after, getting through it and collecting our receipts and, finally gathering the strength to talk about somebody who hurt us. And then it's, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Oh my God, all my support to you people. And then 2 months later, some more stuff comes out about that person. And on one of the people's threads that they were allegedly defending and so sorry for, they go out of their way to take something out of context, which to be fair, it was vague. I should have elaborated more, and I didn't. So out of context or not, they take it and they start a tweet thread about it. I clarify what I mean on there, and I'm like, yeah, no, that's a misunderstanding. That's not what I meant. It doesn't need to be this this terrible, awful fight. But they just keep going, and it's really sad to watch these channels show who they really are, because at the end of the day, none of you who claim to care about our situation truly care about it, and it sucks realizing that. So thanks for just being another statistic and shitty team.
And it's looking like Dustin may end up regretting opening up this can of worms in the first place, because Ashley is continuing this conversation on her Twitter. In this tweet, she says, anyone have archives or caps of the T trio deflecting criticism / ignoring when Jeffree Star was being called out for being friends with and ignoring his own allegations while receiving makeup from him? I'm also just familiarizing myself with the Rich Looks hypocrisy they ignored. So if anyone has archives of that as well, let me know. It's time these people get called out. So at this point, you guys, it's looking like she is getting ready to create an exposed video against these T channels, and particularly Dustin Daly, Nick Snyder, and Petty Page. I do just want to add here, you guys, this is not all the tweets. A lot of them have been deleted now, but this went back and forth, and it's probably still going back and forth as we speak. I do want to show you guys one last tweet before we go. This one is actually from Nick Snyder. Like I said, there's a bunch of different people involved in this thread, but you know Nick had to get in the action. In response to one of Ashley's tweets, Nick responded with, "Calm down, Gabby. Oh, sorry, you sounded just like her there at the end." And then last but not least, Nick put out this tweet saying, "Lol, Twitter is so dumb. All it is anymore is for arguments. Sky is blue. No, it's orange. I honestly want to mute the words trauma and victim with how it's thrown around as if they aren't serious words. Y'all have fun. This platform causes wrinkles." So that is the latest when it comes to all of the Twitter drama. Like I said before, I know Creepshow Art is having a field day with all of this. And to be honest, it would not surprise me in the slightest if Creepshow Art does come back to the internet with some crazy story on why what happened wasn't that big of a deal. Of course, that is something that we will be following and keeping up with. So if you guys are not already subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. Like this video before and be sure to tap the bell. That way you are notified every single time I upload. I appreciate you guys too. The moon and stars. And until the next time, mwah, bye.